In this episode, we learned that you can celebrate Halloween any time of year, so stick around. Hello, fellow dorks and dorkettes, and welcome to It Came From My Side of the Laundry Room. My name's Rob, and in this episode we will be unboxing, playing with, and reviewing the Trick or Treat NECA figure of Sam. And let me, before we get any further, this is an empty box, it's just a prop. If you remember from my horrible Wreck-Gar unboxing and review video, my totally awesome Wreck-Gar video, and you should check it out right now. Anyway, if you remember from that video, I messed up, and I did not turn the mic on, so I had to cut a voiced over intro and outro that honestly I was not very happy with. But it was one of those situations where I had come too far to go back, so that is what I did, and not too happy with it. But during that same filming session, I filmed this Trick or Treat NECA Sam figure unboxing, and again the mic was not turned on. So here I am redoing the intro, and I'll redo the outro as well. So I just wanted to point that out because this is now a month or two removed from the actual filming date, so I apologize if I reference anything in that video that doesn't fit because it was filmed so long ago, and I've been kind of putting off filming this intro and outro. Anyway, let me point out that I got the Sam figure for Christmas, and it was an NECA figure that I've been trying to hunt down for a while. In my area, I just couldn't find them. I would see people posting pictures online of their Targets with their NECA figures, and all of them featured the Trick or Treat figure. But for me, it just was not in my area. So I found it at a local toy store, pretty well priced for what it was, and I had to jump at the chance. So I got it, and it was put away by my wife until Christmas. So I finally was able to crack it open, and as you'll see, it's a pretty nice figure. Now, I love horror movies. I don't get to watch them as much now as I did when I was younger, but I have great memories of watching certain horror movies for the very first time. Trick or Treat is one of those movies. I love anthologies, and I thought it was so well made that it was an anthology, but all the stories interlocked in one way or another, and the character that kind of was the glue was Sam. And I don't have a lot of horror movie merchandise, well, at least anymore. I used to have a bunch, but nowadays I think I just focus more on Sam because A, I love Halloween, and he is Halloween. And B, because he's one of those characters that is doing completely heinous stuff as far as murdering people. But you can kind of see his reasoning. He has a certain set of rules pertaining to Halloween, and if you don't follow those rules, he cuts you down. That's something you kind of have to respect. He has a code of conduct, and he kind of sticks to it. Still to this day, I will not turn the lights out until the very last trick-or-treater is gone from the streets. Why? I just don't want to tempt fate. Anyway, let's get on to the unboxing. Okay, folks, here we go. Like with all NECA toys, it has great packaging. Here we see the image of the movie with all the main players around the character of Sam, with the iconic jack-o'-lantern. Now, I love NECA's packaging. I still have a few of mine still in the packaging to show off
the great artwork. Those are my Gremlins toys, because those pictures are iconic to me on a whole different level. I would love to be able to keep every NECA toy I have in its original packaging, because it's a great display piece. No matter which way you want to display it, I see people with spines out and their whole line, their whole shelves are lined with them, or they have them like this. Now, one of the great things is you can admire this toy without even removing it from its package. I mean, it's all right there. All the accessories are in plain view. And, oh, let me say, sorry, spoilers if you've never seen the movie, but, here's different incarnations of Sam minus his mask. Anyway, yeah, I mean, NECA look at this with the character photographed here. And this is the toy, mind you, but they build beautiful sets to take the toy photography in. And even the back of the box has brilliant photography of the toy in different poses and with its different accessories. So, unfortunately, I won't be able to keep this in its natural box because I just don't have the room to display all of the boxes. So I will happily unbox him and have him palling around with my other toys on the shelf. Now, I wish I could just fold up the box and keep it for a later date, but when you have all of this plastic to keep as well, it just takes up too much room. Anyway, I've talked about that enough. Let's get to the unboxing. Now, I know this is not the right time of year to be showing something like this, but to me, Halloween is an all-year celebrated holiday. I mean, I have multiple little jack-o'-lanterns and stuff all over the laundry room. And also this has a cool, like, shimmer effect on it. Anyway, we will set it there, off to the side. And let's move the camera to look at all the wonderful packaging here, all the awesome accessories and everything. And look, it even has like an awesome playset background. Isn't that an awesome scene from the movie? Look at these great jack-o'-lanterns. Anyway, we'll set that over here as well. And as usual, let's pop out all the accessories first before we take a look at the figure. Here we have Sam, where he opened up his mask so he could eat his lollipop. Now, I wonder, I'm not going to mess with it, but I wonder if it's a full head under that. That'd be pretty cool. But look at the detail here. Sorry, it was off camera. The detail of the burlap, the rope coming off of it, or twine, or whatever it is. Just great detail. The seams, great craftsmanship. So we'll put that off to the side here. Nope. Now, here is him without his mask. And this is after he's taken some damage from a gunshot wound. And it looks like the pulp of a pumpkin running out of it. So here we have a seed hanging out. And the gooey pulp of the pumpkin showing. And look at that. You can even open up his mouth a little bit. Look at that. Shows little teeth. Now, I didn't realize you could open his jaw. That's really cool. But the pumpkin details on his head. Very nice. And look how happy he looks. So we'll put that there. Here is his undamaged head. Mouth still opens. Hello. I love that. That is great. Just such great detail. And I love that the jaw moves. Like I said, I didn't realize it did, so a very nice surprise. So we'll put that over there next to his battle damaged head and some of his other accessories, which are heavily taped in here. So I apologize for the noise of crinkling plastic. So we have his iconic lollipop after he's taken a bite out of it, and it is sharp enough to damage people. Kind of has a half moon appearance as well. Very cool. It's translucent. Very nice touch. So we'll put that to the side. We have his candy bar with razor blade in it. Another one of his items of murderous intent. Put that to the side. And we have multiple hands. And here is one when he got his one hand chopped off. And of course we have like the pumpkin viscera here, little seed included. Nice detail on the fingers, on the fingerless gloves. And again, I'm wearing these not to be edgy, but because my hands are majorly screwed up and they look horrible on camera. So I thought you much rather look at this than those wounds on my hand. Anyway, we'll put that to the side. And he also has another hand here, very closed fisted, for holding his, probably his lollipop, or probably just his lollipop. It looks like his other hand is open enough to hold the candy bar. So he also comes with, sorry for the noise, this is really in there, his sack of goodies. Can't have a proper trick-or-treat without your bag of candy or whatever else he carries in here. A little blood stainage going on. Nice detail on the burlap. Nice bunched up here for his little hand to hold it. So we'll put that there. And two things that you can use for any toy display, if you wish. I know I will. If I can get them out. Oh my. Let's go with the other one first. See if that's any easier. Of course not. Oh my. You know what? Let me pause it here for a second while I wrestle with this. Okay, finally got those out. They were a little difficult, so watch out for that if you were to ever unbox this toy. And these are great. And like I said, you could display these with any of your figures if you wanted to do like a Halloween photo shoot or just a cool, you know, decoration for your shelf display, what have you. So let's put that guy here. And this was another extra bonus that I didn't know. And it's not really, you know, advertised on the box. It is written on the underside of the box, I discovered. But this one actually lights up. If you push down this, it lights up. I know you really can't see in the lighting I have here, but I think that's really awesome. And what a neat way to turn it on and off. So very cool. And while I was at it, I went ahead and got Sam out of his packaging. and he looks great. He has pretty good movement here. I mean, you don't really need that much for this character. It's not like he's Jackie Channing around town or anything. Oh, I just had him standing up. Come on. But great arm movement here. Hands. His head, I mean, very limited, but what do you expect with a burlap sack here with its detailing draped down here? He has his little jammies on, but looks great. Like I said, I think this will look good up on my shelf with some of my other figures. But I noticed one thing when I was kind of looking at it off camera that I find slightly disappointing. And that is his left hand is open. His right hand is for holding. And the only other alternate hand you get is another right hand. That kind of bums me out. I wish we got a left hand to hold things so we could do like the iconic pose with the sack in his left hand and the lollipop in his right. I mean, I guess we could kind of cheat it to a degree. Like that. But it would have been nice to have two hands to hold things. So yeah, I can definitely cheat this for my display purposes, but it would have been nice to have a left hand for holding. So, speaking of that, let's check out his accessories in his hand. Here we have the candy bar, and that fits in really well. Fits perfectly. Now let's pop off his other hand, or his hand here. I shouldn't say other hand, his only hand. And try out his lollipop holding ability. Yeah, fits great. But yeah, the detailing here with like the jammies that look a little bit too big look good. The burlap on his mask looks great. Buttons look pretty good. I mean, I think they did the best they could with those. The stitching, his mouth stitches, the twine here, all really good detail. And look at that, like even it folded in, you know, as it's being tied around. Very nice. And a little shadow here, kind of looks like poop if you look at it like that, so I ain't judging though. But it is a shadow. Anyway, this is NECA's Trick or Treat Sam figure. I think it fits pretty well with a 6-inch scale, but maybe could have been a little bit shorter to, you know, when standing next to another 6-inch figure. But anyway, I think it's great. So, back to me. Oh, sorry about that. Back to me.
Anyway, back to me. I hope you enjoyed that unboxing. I am really glad I got this figure. He's been proudly displayed on my shelf since months ago when I did this video, and I just love looking at his little face. I mean, all my toys make me smile and make me happy. And seeing his little face mixed in with different He-Man and G.I. Joe figures just, yeah, warms my heart and keeps me primed up for Halloween. I have to apologize. I have no recollection at all of anything that I said in the video you just watched. Like I said, it has been months since I filmed it, and I kind of just put it on the back burner until today. So I hope you found it entertaining. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you got something to say, please leave a comment. I love reading them, and I love getting back to everybody. And if you're new around here and you enjoyed this or any of the episodes that YouTube is recommending down here, please hit subscribe. And if you hit that little bell icon, you will be notified whenever there's a new episode. So anyway, until next time, thanks for watching. Keep being rad and stay dorky.